Hello and welcome to Paco's Light Messages from Rainbow Bridge. This is a channel that I wanted to start I actually wanted to start a Rainbow Bridge reading channel for over a year because I am a medium. I have another channel that, has been online for a little while that does just normal readings. And I really wanted to start one for people who have lost pets. I had put it off. I don't know why, but I did. And then last Thursday, almost a week ago now, I lost my special boy, Paco. He was almost 17. And he is staying with us here. He's going to sit right here with us through this unboxing. But I've been so stricken with grief and pain over losing him. He was my best friend for 17 years. He was with me through everything, ups and downs, and I had to help him cross the Rainbow Bridge, and it was absolutely devastating. He was the sweetest soul. And I thought, what a better way to honor him than a space where I could see him as I'm doing my readings, and he could bless this channel with his presence and maybe be the usher of bringing other spirits forward to communicate to their loved ones that are hurting here on this side. So this is the first video for Paco's Light Messages from Rainbow Bridge. And if you're hurting over a loss and that's why you're here, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. It's absolutely awful. And there's no other way to put it. You can't sugarcoat it. It's a terrible, terrible pain. I miss him. Everywhere I look, I reach for him. It's, today's the first day I've really been able to kind of function, and I hope I can keep it together without crying. But I scoured through decks for a deck to start this channel with. I have a lot of decks already, but I don't have any dog decks. So in honor of Paco, we're going to unbox this Wise Dog Tarot. And I hope that you can see it good. I maybe we need to brighten the light a little bit in here. Created by MJ Collinane. So sorry, I don't know. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I just love dogs. Love them. I love all animals, really, but I just thought I would share this. We can go through the cards and I can tell you a little bit about my Paco, and I would love to hear about your babies in the comments. I'm just going to... remember how to open this. I'm going to get a pair of scissors because I don't remember how to open the pocket knife. It's my husband's pocket knife, and he said that would be nice for me to use, and I practiced a couple times earlier, and I was like, yeah, that'll be nice, and now I can't open it. So I'm sure that he'll be laughing at me later when he hears that. How'd my knife work out? Oh, I couldn't open it. I just love having my sweet boy here with us, and you can see he's in the channel art on this channel. We're going to open the box here if I can. Okay. We've got your Wise Dog Tarot Guidebook. I am left-handed, so I always tend to open books from the back. Are you left-handed? If you're left-handed watching here, let me know. Do you open books from the back? I used to read magazines back to front when I was a kid. Magazines. I don't think probably people even know. A lot of people don't even know what those are anymore. No, I'm sure everybody does, but I think they're becoming a thing of the past. We had we used a place called Lap of Love to help us with Paco crossing the bridge. He had been sick. He started to lose use of his back legs a couple of years ago, and the last year he couldn't really use them at all. And I had to help him with everything. And he was very attached to me. He had to be with me at all times. And so it made it kind of even harder, I think, because there wasn't anything I did that wasn't about him. Every move I made for the past 2 years has been revolved around him. Did he need something? Did he need to go get water, get something to eat? Did he want held? Did he need his diaper changed? Did he need covered up? Was he chilly? You know, or did he just want held? And I couldn't really even leave the house, you know. Not that I do anyway, because I have health issues that keep me home a lot too. So, and you know, so we'll start flipping through these. I'll tell you, when I looked at this deck, when I was looking at this deck, they showed the Fool card, and it was really one of the cards that really made me want it. Look how the dog is chasing a butterfly. I just love it, you know, it's so cute. And then we have the Magician. He is so cute too. Should I put him down or should I flip him to the back? The High Priestess. The Empress, some pugs. I have a couple of dear friends who have pugs. So I always hear the pugs snorting and stuff in the background, and on voice messages and things, and they are just so cute. The Emperor, the Doberman. If you're here, you must be a dog lover. So tell me in the comments, are you here because you lost a dog? Are you here because you just love dogs? The Hierophant. Are you here because you wanted to see the deck? If you're here for a dog, whether he's or she is here on the other side, put that dog's name in the comments. The Lovers. And tell me about them. Let's share our stories. Let's make this channel, Paco's Light, a space where we can remember our special ones on the other side, as well as talk about the ones that we have with us now, the Chariot. I feel like I just feel like it looks messy or something, you know? Strength. Looks like a French Bulldog, right? I think. Or is that a Boston Terrier? I'm not sure. If you know, let me know. The Hermit. The Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Look at that. I think those, I used to have a miniature Schnauzer. I believe those are Schnauzers. Maybe they're Scotty dogs. I think they're Schnauzers. I had a miniature Schnauzer for part of my childhood. I had it from 14 to 28. And the Hanged Man. Look at him there in his cone. Her name was Chelsea, so we'll honor her here today too. And here we have Death. And yet another little dog with a butterfly. Just gonna see if I can maybe get the light a little bit better. We have Temperance. And you know, another reason that I was guided to do this now after wanting to do it for so long is because I was hurting really bad one of the nights after Paco passed. Just terrible, couldn't stop crying, just couldn't stop hurting. Of course, it hasn't stopped yet either, but I was guided to my other channel to watch one of my own passed on pet readings. It was made about a year ago. And I was like, okay, I don't ever remember what I say in those. I do so many readings. I don't remember what was said in that reading. So I was like, okay, I will watch it, you know. And it was like I had just sewn something because I needed a hot pack for my neck. And I had to sew it. And the reading said, you know, that somebody had been sewing, and I was like, oh my gosh. And in that, I could feel Paco's energy because I knew that when I recorded that reading, he was sitting to my left on the bed at my feet like he always did when I did readings. And I could like feel his energy so much there through that reading, knowing that he was right there. And it was comforting, and it also just like broke my heart at the same time, because it was like, now he's not, and he's not ever going to be again. Though I know their spirits are always with us, I know, but I mean his physical presence that we all miss, you know. The devil. I think it's funny and also a little bit bothersome that the devil is a mean chihuahua that looks like Paco, because he wasn't. He was a baby. He was an angel, you know. He loved people. But look, there's a steak or something. I think that's a steak. Pieces of a steak or something the dog is going after. And he's guarding something. And he looks like he won't share with anybody else. You know, that's definitely not Paco's energy. Sorry about that, Paco. We have the tower. Oh my goodness, that's a terrible image. The German Shepherd jumping from the tower. But then we come back in with the beautiful energy of the star, one of the most beautiful energies in the tarot deck. If you see your dog in this deck, you know what they look like, tell me in the comments. We have the moon. We have the sun. We have judgment with this beautiful variety of dogs. And this looks like my son's dog that passed away last year, Moose. He was devastated too. And then we have the world. And look at that face. They are so cute. And we have King of Swords. We have a blue butterfly and a crown there. That's pretty. These cards are very, very special, and I just can feel Paco's energy here. You know, like I did when he was in the physical, like when he used to sit next to me down here. And I hope that he feels special, more special than he already was, because he has a special place here now forever, where he will never be forgotten and he can help others. Queen of Swords, because he really loved people. I never saw a Chihuahua who loved people so much. Now, he got moody, believe me, and he would bite me. he would only sometimes growl and snip at the immediate family, but strangers he absolutely adored. People would never believe me when I said, oh yeah, he bites me. Knight of Swords. He was such a beautiful little bugger, just the best. Knight of Swords, even despite that. Page of Swords. And, oh my, oh, the Ten of Swords. You know, I read in the reviews for this deck that the Ten of Swords made people cry, and look at that. Somebody up above is saying goodbye to their dog because they can't do any more here on Earth. They cannot go anymore. Oh, that's a rough image. Oh my gosh. The Nine of Swords. Stress and anxiety. See, he can't sleep. I think that this reminds me, a friend of mine, Casey, had a dog, Coco. We were just talking about that she had to put down. And I feel like this face kind of reminds me of Coco or something, the shape. I'll have to have her watch and see. So we have the Eight of Swords, self-imposed imprisonment of one's own mind. The Crow is joining there. Seven of Swords. Six of Swords. Oh. Four of Swords. I'm sorry, five. Five of Swords. I'm so sorry. Five of Swords was here. Four of Swords. I was going to say that didn't remind me of the Four of Swords in the regular tarot at all, but this one does. You know, and you can see he's laying there thinking. He looks like he's just thinking about all kinds of things, all the dogs maybe he's seen in his life. He's contemplating, like much like the energy of the Four of Swords. And then we have the Three of Swords. And this is a broken heart energy in the regular tarot. The Two of Swords. Look, he's blocked. He's blocked by those. He's kind of stuck. We have the Ace of Swords here. Look at that. That looks like my dad's old dog, Buster. My dad passed away in 2021. But he had a dog that he loved many years ago. It was his best friend, and that looks like Buster. We have the King of Cups. A beautiful energy there of the King of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups. Cups represent emotion. That's why there's water. The Knight of Cups. The Page of Cups. Looks like we've got maybe another Chihuahua thrown into the mix. I'm glad he's nicer than the other one. I hope they put some nicer Chihuahuas in here. We have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups. Look at that beautiful energy. They're both so happy and content. I love the butterflies and the flowers. Let's see. The 9 of Cups. The 8 of Cups, somebody walking away. 7 of Cups. We have another Chihuahua coming into the mix here, the 6 of Cups. It has ears like my Izzy. I have another Chihuahua. I have 3 dogs. I have a 12-year-old mixed dog, and then we have she's going to be 8, and her ears are like that. They've never stood up for some reason. Oh my gosh, 5 of Cups. Another Chihuahua, I believe that's what that is. 4 of Cups. 3 of Cups. These cards are just so cute and special. That 10 of Swords is rough though, and the Devil card is rough, I will say that, but they are still very special for sure. 2 of Cups. And then we have this beautiful Ace of Cups, and look, there's a lovebird there because there's emotion involved in the Ace of Cups. That's a beautiful energy, new beginning. King of Wands, look at that face. Isn't he adorable? He or she. I say he because I'm my boy, but Queen of Wands. Cutie. The Knight of Wands, look at him. Look at him just go through the flames. Page of Wands. The 10 of Wands with yet another little, what looks like a Chihuahua to me. All right. What are these? Nine of Wands. So sorry about that. I have grief brain, so I'm not thinking completely clearly just yet. 8 of Wands. Must be 7. Maybe there's sticks in this deck. I'll have to look at the book. 7 of Wands or sticks, I'm not sure. 6 of Wands or 6 of sticks. 5 of Wands. 4 of Wands. This is a beautiful one. Look at the happiness. The 4 of Wands is always such a special card. Look at the sunflowers and the sun shining. You know, I hope that these cards bring peace to people on my channel. 3 of Wands. The 2 of Wands. Ace of Wands. He's a cutie. He's a real cutie. King of Pentacles. Look at the butterflies. I love all the butterflies and flowers in this deck. The Queen of Pentacles. I recently lost a light in this room. It quit working, so I only have one. I probably should have gotten another one, but to make it a little bit brighter. The Knight of Pentacles. Is that a horse? Yeah. Yeah. A horse and a dog. Oh, how beautiful. Maybe some of you here are horse owners or horse enthusiasts. Page of Pentacles. Look at that cutie. He kind of looks like he has like an elderly dog eye on the one side. 10 of Pentacles. Look at all that happiness they have going on. I like poodles too. I had a miniature poodle when I was little, and he was very special to me also. He got me through a lot of tough times. I grew up in a rough type of situation at home, and not the best environment for a lot of years due to like domestic violence and things, which I don't really want to bring into this, but he was very special to me. So 9 of Pentacles. What is that? A partridge and a big, beautiful black dog. And I love all the butterflies incorporated into these cards. 8 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. Look at these cuties. Look at the dove up in the corner. Lots of symbolism on these cards. I'm going to have to get to know the deck. Four of Pentacles. Look at him. He's gathering. He is cute. He's a cutie. He looks like he's on a farm gathering and working. The Three of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Somebody juggling. Maybe for somebody watching, if you're thinking about getting another dog, you know, maybe it's kind of time to do that. That might be a little message that's coming through. We have, lastly, the Ace of Pentacles. What a beautiful deck. I like the bones on the back. They're really, really cute. But I hope that you liked the unboxing. I hope that you enjoy what's to come on this channel. You know, let me know in the comments, you know, what's happening with you. Are you about to lose your dog, or have you lost a pet, a cat or a dog? Have you lost some sort of a pet and you're here because of that? Tell your story, because it helps others too. I can't count how many pet loss videos and pet reading videos, even doing readings myself, that I watched after Paco passed, and I went through the comments, and I maybe even got more help in the comments than I did by watching the video, by listening to what other people are going through, you know. I thought we would just pull one while we're here, use them for the very first time, you know. And we have, of course, it wasn't the best shuffle because we have the 9 and 10 of Cups coming out, but it's still just a beautiful energy. These are like, I feel like this is meant to say that this channel will be blessed, you know, that this channel will help others the way that I hope it does, and there will be blessings coming in from this space, which is all that I really wanted, you know. It wasn't about like capitalizing on grief or my beautiful Paco's passing. It was about having a space where he could still sit with me like he used to and be part of it like he used to. I've had, you know, reading clients who were like, oh, so sad to hear that he passed, because they had known, they'd never met me in person, but live readings, they would see him, because I would pick him up a lot of times because he was lonely or wanted picked up, you know, and I miss him very badly, and I know that's really never going to change. He was my world for 17 years, and there's not a day that's going to go by that I'm not going to think about him and miss him. It's been so hard. I haven't been able to move any of his things. I want his beds to stay where they are. His bowl is right where he took his last bite out of it. You know, and he had the best last day, I have to say. The last day that we had him was an absolutely beautiful, you know, it was gut-wrenchingly awful, but beautiful in its own right too. Before he passed, I asked him for a few signs, and the first 2 signs I asked for were something purple, and I didn't even really know how or why I was asking for something purple, or what he would even send that was purple, but I did. And then a rainbow and a cardinal, and I wanted any of those, you know. And this person, this lady that I know that's a friend of ours, she's a really sweet elderly lady, she's almost 90. She was like, let me do an energy healing session on you to help you cope after he passed. And it was like maybe an hour later, and she said, sit back and receive the energy, and I did. And she said, why am I seeing the color bluish purple? And she put a purple heart emoji in. And I said, oh my God, I asked him to send me something purple, and there it was. Not only that, but not only did I get the rainbow I asked for, but I got 3. An hour before the vet came to our house, there was a rainbow in the sky above our house. The wind, the weather got windy and real cloudy, and I was like, I don't even know if we're going to be able to go sit outside with him, which is what I wanted for him, because he loved it out there. And we went anyway, and I looked at my like security camera footage, and it was cloudy, windy, and just that 15 to 20 minutes we needed to sit down on a blanket in the yard with him, the sun came out, the clouds parted. It was just beautiful. The wind died down, and it picked back up after he passed. But as soon as he got that first, you know, medication to relax him, a rainbow appeared in the sky above us, and it only got brighter, and it stayed until he passed, and we carried him inside. And even the vet was blown away by that, and she was even told me in an email afterwards she was never going to forget the rainbow and how special that was. And an hour after he was gone, one more. So right around just after the time I received the message about the purple. And I hadn't written down, I'm so sorry, you know, the signs that I wanted for him anywhere. I just didn't say them out loud. They were only in my head. I had said them to him, of course, kind of mentally or in a whisper, maybe, you know, a day or so before he passed, and that was about it. But I opened Pinterest that night and I said, I haven't, in my mind, I did not say this out loud because I know our devices can listen and pick up and show us things that we say. I opened Pinterest that night and I was in my head going, well, the cardinal is the only thing I didn't receive. And I asked, could I receive a sign from Paco? And I opened Pinterest, and the very first thing was a cardinal, a bright red cardinal on the top right. And it was turning its head way far to the left. Like, it was like, see, here I am. Can you believe it? Here's your sign. Oh my gosh. I have to say, you know, it's been so hard, but I'm starting to really feel him around me more. The grief was making it hard to do, which was really upsetting me. But I'm starting to feel him around me more and more. And a couple times I thought I heard him. You know, my husband heard him bark like an hour after they pulled away with him. And he isn't a believer in this kind of stuff, but he did. And I was like, of course you did. He's here trying to let us know he's around. But I hope that you enjoyed the first video, the unboxing of Wise Dog Tarot. I have another deck coming that I'm going to use on this channel. It's not tarot, it's an oracle for Passed on Pets, and it'll be here in 2 days, so maybe I'll unbox that one too. But I feel so happy to get this space going and to share stories and memories of my beautiful boy that I love with all of my heart and will never forget. So thank you so much for being here. If you liked this, please click the like button. Please leave a comment, even if it's just a pair of paw prints and the emoji or a purple heart, something like that, since we were talking about purple hearts. Or tell me about your beloved fur baby, whoever they may be and wherever they may be. Tell me about them in the comments. Put their energy out there. The more we talk about them, the more their spirit kind of stays alive for us and is right there in the forefront, you know. It's always there anyway, but that really helps them. They like to hear happy stories about them and how we felt about them. They really do. And I'm going to start posting readings and channelings from Passed on Pets on this channel in the next few days, so we can get some messages from them as the next video. So subscribe, click the bell so that you get notified and be one of the first to join Paco's Light. Thank you so much for being here.